You know it. You love it. And it's way better than Undertaker giving a Kevin Thorne a last ride by hiking him up by the mortar thighs. This is the midweek wrap-up.
Best intro ever.
We're going to kick things off with a rousing edition of Main Event.
Yeah, Main Event is what I like to call, I already know who's going to win before the match starts. Because they're all matches we've seen, except for the Main Event, on more than one occasion.
Probably.
One person or one team is way more over than the other. And it's kind of obvious before the match starts who's going to win this. So we started off with the Primetime Players taking on the Ascension. The Primetime Players were teaching the crowd how to do the millions of dollar dance. And then the Ascension came. This.
And I said, thank God, it's the Ascension.
This was the battle of whose promo sucks more. It was, and Victor kept Victor kept
one
cutting Connor off.
The one thing we learned from this Ascension promo is that Victor is the mic hog.
Yeah, it's so funny. So as far as the match goes, the Ascension played the dominant role as usual. Was that your Connor impression? Ascension played the dominant role, obviously, beating up the babyface tag team champions.
It's the best they've looked in a while.
True. I mean, that's the thing, is the Ascension got a really bad start, but I feel like they've kind of humbled them down to being just a normal tag team, and now they're able to make their way back up the ranks. It's just, they should have started where they're at now, but WWE main roster creative fucked that up completely.
A little bit.
But as we've seen multiple times when these teams go against each other, the Primetime Players end up picking up the win after Victor gets hit with gut check and Darren Young picks up the win. And Connor looked more gassed after that match than Victor did.
Yeah. Despite Victor being the one that took the whole finish.
Yeah.
Their segment ended with Victor just standing there,
yeah.
He wasn't hurt at all.
Okay, do you want to mention the athleticism of Titus O'Neil for a second?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm pretty sure it was a mass hallucination.
All right, fair enough. If you saw the most athletic thing that Titus O'Neil's ever done, please post down in the comments. Tell us what you thought about it. Up next, we had King Barrett coming out. He's getting ready to face Heath Slater, baby. And Slater,
I'm Cole, baby.
Slater saying that
he wants to be king now.
He was inspired by, of all people, R-Truth.
R-Truth is inspiring.
R-Truth, has beat the king a couple of times, and he
in
goes,
a
you know
row.
what? I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna beat the king, take the crown, and then I'm gonna go face John Cena and become the king of the United States Championship, Heath Slater, baby.
It's a long name, but
yeah,
they'll get it to fit in the little.
He lasted against King Barrett way longer than I thought he was going to.
Yeah. I don't know why you were selling him so damn short.
Because it's Heath Slater.
No. It's Heath Slater, baby.
King Barrett does end up picking up the win, even though Heath Slater got a full comeback spot.
Yeah.
Hit a big spinning heel kick.
Slater, baby.
King Barrett ends up taking advantage when Heath Slater decides, I'm going to jump off the top rope, and gets a bull hammer to the face, and King Barrett picks up the win. But then we're graced with the presence of King What's Up.
And he's got some decretions.
He's got some decretions.
That's gross.
He wants to pardon little Jimmy because he's a kid and he has no idea what's going on. And he wants to...
Which is throwing me off here because... What did little Jimmy do?
Everything. Little Jimmy's never up to anything good. It's all shenanigans with little Jimmy.
Little Jimmy's been gone for a long time.
He's been there the whole time.
No, maybe that's what it is. Little Jimmy's been in, jail. And that was R-Truth pardoning him and getting him out of jail.
He was in royal prison.
Yeah.
But then
in the dungeon.
He says he's going. His plunger broke. This whole promo was ridiculous. He decrees that King Barrett should no longer be king, or
he's the royal jackass.
Yeah. And then King Barrett decides to start going after him. He goes, and now I decree that I got to go, and he runs away. God, R-Truth is.
I'm digging it.
He is something else, man.
I am digging it. Let's keep up this R-Truth gimmick.
All right, I'm on board, I guess. Then we had Naomi taking on Summer Rae. This was very much what we figured it would be.
Naomi beat her up a lot and then won.
Yeah.
Surprise.
Yeah. With a new submission, which was kind of cool. The stretch muffler with the
foot on the head.
Yeah, and the trapped arm at the same time. So that's good. And then our main event, we had Ryback taking on Adam Rose. The Miz was out of commentary.
The Intercontinental Champion, the Ryback.
My bad. The Intercontinental Champion,
jacked Kurt Angle.
The Ryback, taking on Adam Rose. Miz was talking trash and was bugging Jimmy Uso.
Jimmy Uso says his eye twitches whenever the Miz talks.
I think a lot of us can agree to that statement. It probably happens to a lot of us.
The Miz talks, I throw up in my mouth a little bit.
Is that what that was?
Mm-hmm.
That up.
It's really bad because he was on commentary for the whole match.
I know, right? Ryback ends up picking up the win, hitting the shell shock on Adam Rose. Adam Rose did put up a hell of a fight, though. He was really taking the guy back.
It was like an 8-minute match.
Yeah. A good solid main event, main event.
And then Ryback scared the Miz away.
Yeah, Miz is like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Oh, you're going to take a step out of the ring? Okay, I'm out of here. Just decided to bolt.
Ryback's doing the straps down thing.
Yeah, he's taking on that.
Jacked Kurt Angle.
He is the jacked Kurt Angle.
Kurtberg.
Oh no. We're gonna have all kinds of new nicknames for him.
Yep.
Let me move on to Ring of Honor.
Ankle.
Woo! Ring of Honor TV. This is the go-home show to Best in the World. Best in the World coming up this Friday. So we'll be having
pay-per-view.
We'll be having results this coming Monday on Indie News, so be sure to look forward to that. What? But we opened up with a tag team match. We had War Machine taking on the Decade, and as we've seen in the past, BJ Whitmer decides, you know what? If Colby Corino wants to prove that he deserves to be in the Decade, he needs to step up and take BJ's spot in the match. And we get what can only be described as the second death of Colby Corino.
Yeah, you say it was a tag team match. This was essentially a handicap match.
Well,
because
he had the ability.
Adam Page didn't even pretend that he wanted to tag Colby
He had
Corino.
the ability to tag, but not the option.
Yeah.
It was bad.
He basically tried to face War Machine by himself.
Rowe tried to give him a pardon. He tried to get him off of death row, and it didn't work out.
No. So Raymond Rowe picked him up, and Hanson jumped off the top rope. They squashed him, and
Colby Corino died for the second week in a row.
BJ Whitmer and Adam Page brought out a giant spatula.
Like, all right, boy.
Scraped him off the mat and took him to the back.
Then we had
a lot more tape to put him back together.
Yeah. We had Cedric Alexander actually call out Moose.
Oh.
Cedric Alexander's been on a losing streak as of late.
And Moose has been on a winning streak as of forever.
Yeah, so Cedric Alexander's trying to prove himself. He's trying to put himself back in the spotlight. So he calls out Moose of all people.
Yeah.
And holds his own pretty well. I've never seen this much damage done to Moose.
Yeah, I mean Moose takes 5 drop kicks consecutively in the corner.
Yeah, and unfortunately the last 2 were the undoing of Cedric Alexander, or what we thought was going to be. He went for the triple drop kicks again, but got speared out of them.
Yeah,
and
the drop kick number 6 was 6 times too many, I guess.
Yeah.
Something,
yes.
I don't know. Moose speared the crap out of him.
Yeah. And Moose is, he's on the verge of the win. He's, all he's got to do is hit his jackhammer or whatever else he does. And Veda Scott decides, Moose, I want you to hit him with a wrench. And she throws the wrench in there.
Yeah, she passes off this Allen wrench to Moose, and Moose is like, I don't want to use this thing. Let me hold it over here to the side, so no one else can grab it.
And the ref was distracted by Stokely. And so Cedric Alexander ends up ripping the wrench right out of Moose's hand, knocks him in the face with it, and picks up a win. So Moose's undefeated streak is over. Cedric Alexander has officially broken his dry spell. He's back on the winning side of things. And Stokely and Veda are speechless at this point.
They're going to be at odds because they don't really like each other.
No.
Veda doesn't want Stokely around because she doesn't think that Moose needs friends. And that's what Stokely and Moose are. They're friends.
Yeah. And Moose is trying to be a good guy, even though he's this giant, badass looking dude. He tries to be respectful and he tries to adhere to the code of honor.
And when Veda realized that she was the downfall of Moose, she kind of hightailed it out of there.
Yeah, she realized she fucked up. It's okay, Veda.
We forgive you because you're hot.
Yeah. Then our main event match, we had a tag team match. We had Tetsuya Naito and Hiroshi Tanahashi taking on Matt Sydal and ACH.
This was fun.
This was a great match. Just great
lot of jumpy, a lot of flipping.
Yeah, great combination of styles. We had a really strange end to this match, though.
Yeah. Because ACH and Sydal had both of their opponents set up in the corner.
Yeah.
And Sydal goes for a shooting star press. Naito rolls out of the way.
Well, no.
ACH.
Yeah, ACH goes for the 450.
450. Naito gets out of the way, and when he hits Tanahashi, it was like a no-sell.
Tanahashi, somehow blocked the 450.
I don't know if he got his arms up, an elbow in the face.
It was something, but yeah, ACH sold it oh no, that hurt. Okay, but and then Tanahashi's
was stood up so fast.
Yeah, he's just his fucking Superman gets up,
planted him, and then gave him the high flow low.
High fly flow.
High fly flow.
You fucked that up.
Kilo low. Shinobi.
So Tetsuya Naito and Hiroshi Tanahashi.
It was an awesome frog splash.
Yeah. Oh, he's got a beautiful frog splash. So good.
I don't care what it be called. It's a lowdown.
You feeling froggy?
Yeah.
In Japan.
That means he's feeling floggy. Fearing floggy. Frog splash.
I'm sorry. We finished up Ring of Honor with a contract signing between Jay Briscoe and Jay Lethal for their title versus title, the Battle of the Belts, this Friday at Best in the World 15.
Coming out of, Terminal 5.
Terminal 5 in New York City. We had...
Live on pay-per-view.
Both guys signed the contract. Nigel was there to oversee it, make sure everything was good.
Nothing fishy went down.
Jay Lethal had Truth Martini. Jay had Mark. And then Nigel gave him the chance to say some final words before the pay-per-view. And they had their usual war of words.
War of the world.
War of words.
Jay Lethal, I should say.
Which Jay was it, Kevin?
Yeah, the one. the one with the title belt.
The one Billy Gunn?
Yeah. He doesn't have any title belts.
No. He's a coach on Tough Enough.
Jay Lethal threw out the big insult, though.
Yeah, at the very end.
Saying that the fight was going to be a mistake his parents made 30 years ago.
Yeah, then Jay keeps it real short and sweet that once he's done... Well, once he's done at Best World, he's coming to kick Jay Lethal's ass.
Yeah, he's gonna whoop his ass.
There's no backing down from this. And then what really that pisses Jay Lethal off. Jay then turns the table over.
The part that pisses Jay Lethal off is Briscoe saying he's gonna beat his ass so bad he's gonna go back to being Black Machismo.
Oh no!
And if anybody knows anything, you don't reference somebody's TNA gimmick. That will piss them right the fuck off.
It's a dark time in anybody's career. So Jay flips the table over. You know, he's getting naked. Briscoe's getting naked. They're both holding
They're
up.
having a naked off.
They're both holding up belts. And then Jay says, "See, the difference between you and me is I made this title. That title made you."
I liked that line.
That's
That
really
was
good. Like,
that was deep.
I'm excited for this match. This is gonna be a fucking knockout. Just
knockdown, drag out.
that's what I was trying to get at. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll get it, all of it.
Get it, all of it.
I'll get at all of it.
Oh, I'm bad with words.
Get it, got it, good.
Yeah. So we're gonna move on to Lucha Underground, where we had one match.
One match to rule them all.
One match to decide who will be Lucha Underground champion, probably for the foreseeable future, heading into Ultima Lucha. We had Prince Puma defending against Johnny Mundo
in an Iron Man match.
Iron Man match for some undisclosed amount of time. We don't know exactly what the official start time was.
The timer seemed really fishy.
A little bit.
Between, like, coming back from commercial breaks.
Yeah.
It seemed sort of fishy. But, despite the fishy timer, it was a fun match.
It was.
They had a lot of high spots.
Yeah, it started off kind of slow. Not a whole lot at the beginning. Then we had Johnny introduce the weapons. He ended up getting under the ring and ended up pulling out a box, a chair, and a crowbar.
And he got powerbombed onto the box.
Yeah, immediately after pulling out the box, he gets powerbombed onto it.
So I feel like he immediately regretted that decision.
Yeah. But then he goes, "Oh wait, I have this cool crowbar thing, and I'm gonna bash Puma in the face with it."
Yeah.
And
Puma's already up one fall by this point.
Oh, they're tied at 1.
Were they tied at 1?
Yeah.
They're tied at 1. But Puma is basically knocked unconscious from a crowbar.
Yeah.
And then Mundo rolls into the ring and pins him, and then he picks him up and hits a big move, Moonlight Drive, pins him again. Then he picks him up and hits the
end of the world
Starship Enterprise.
Starship Pain, end of the world, and
pins him again.
Is up 4-1 at this point,
and basically can do whatever he wants to Puma, because Puma's like a bowl of putty at this point.
There's Puma cannot stand on his own, so Johnny decides, okay, well, I'm just gonna hang out a little bit. I'm gonna go set up a couple. Actually, first,
the face with a ladder.
Yeah, he grabs the ladder first, drills him in the face, and then he goes, okay, he's down for a bit. Sets up a couple tables. We're thinking, okay, we're gonna be getting a big ladder spot here. Okay, so then Puma starts to kind of get the wherewithal. They fight in the crowd a little bit.
They tease like a superplex type scenario.
Yeah, Puma
puts 2 more tables on top.
Yeah, and then Johnny. That's where they start setting up.
Johnny super kicks him off the balcony.
Yeah, and he misses the table and just crumbles on the floor. And Johnny goes, okay, well, I'm gonna go hang out with the band now. Takes a drink of water. Tells it, play a song right now. And so
the lead singer that looks like M. Bison starts playing.
Yeah, so they start playing music. Johnny's hanging out, and Puma's like, all right, I'm coming to get you. And as he's going up, Johnny
throws a water bottle at him.
And then pulls out a magic 2x4 that gets taken away by Puma, and Puma whacks it right at the top of the fucking head.
Well, little did we know, one of the guests in the crowd was Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
No. That wouldn't surprise me.
Mundo gets popped in the head with that, and then he gets popped in the head with a guitar, and then he gets speared off of the bandstand.
Yeah, they end up going right through the chain and crashing through all 4 tables.
Right before they did that, you talked about how the chain was sketching you out.
Yeah.
And then they broke it.
I was expecting
they were gonna trip over it.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna trip and it was gonna fuck something up. I'm glad
it made TV.
Yeah. They end up going straight through the chain. The guitar shot actually busted Johnny open.
Yeah, on the front and back of his head.
Johnny's busted open. They crash through tables. They end up making their way back into the ring.
Puma's dragging Mundo.
Yeah.
And unintentionally DDTing him 4 times.
Yeah, on the outside. Puma, now that he's got a little bit more wherewithal, he's able to get all of the pinfalls back. He's actually able to work himself back up, tied at 4. And then him and Johnny are both kind of at that just completely destroyed state, but they're like, shit, there's like...
Well, it's not quite tied at 4. He gets the 2 falls, and Johnny knows he's still up a fall, so all he's got to do is...
That's right,
all he's got to do is run away. He's just got to wait the timeout.
And there's about 8.5 minutes left at this point.
And he books it up the stairs, knowing that Puma doesn't have the energy to follow him up there. But there was somebody up there that had all the energy in the world. Alberto El Patron. And he kicked him down the stairs.
Yeah.
And he threw him into the wall. I thought he was going to throw him into the window. Revenge.
I thought he was going to do it too. That would have been great. Dario's just like, damn it!
Just replace that window.
Ring the bell!
He throws him into the wall, and then he hurls him into the commentary table.
Yeah, which almost knocks Matt off of his feet.
And then he DDTs him on the floor, sends him back in the ring, allows Puma to tie it up.
Yeah. And then Alberto saying, you know what, regardless of what happens here, Johnny, if you win the Lucha Underground Championship, I'm coming and I'm going to kick your ass. And Puma, if you end up winning and retaining, just be ready. So, regardless of who's champion, Alberto's coming for him.
Yeah.
So now we're right about halfway through that last 8 minutes. We're about 3.5, 4 minutes left.
Both guys are up. They're getting up and they're staring down.
And it's this is the make or break moment right here.
And then Mundo lets out his warrior scream, and they charge to the middle and they start fighting and they start like trying different roll up combinations and everything's going super fast.
Mundo
knees him in the face.
Oh yeah.
They hit all like rapid fire moves and combinations and pins, and it all ends up with Mundo going for a top rope Rana on Puma.
Oh yeah.
Puma slides out from underneath, so when he comes down, he just hits the top rope and then bounces down onto his head in perfect placement for the 630 splash.
Yeah.
However,
20 seconds left. Puma's able to climb up to the top, hit the 630, pick up the pin,
landing directly on the chiseled abs of Johnny Mundo.
If there weren't abs, he would have thrown up everywhere. He's lucky that part of his body is super strong.
He would have literally thrown up everywhere to the point where like he would have puked other countries out.
It was a gnarly shot, but it's enough to put Puma over 5-4. Last 12 seconds just run out, and Prince Puma retains the Lucha Underground Championship.
Vampiro had to walk around like this for a minute.
I forgot about that. Yeah. I love how into these matches Vampiro gets. He has to walk up to the ring. Like he can't just stay back in commentary. He's gonna be like, oh man.
That was cool.
Yeah. So Prince Puma still Lucha Underground champion.
Yep.
Next week we find out who the official #1 contender is.
So Drago is going against Mil Muertes.
Yes. So.
Or Drago.
I'm gonna say it right now. I've already talked to you about it. We're getting a fatal 4-way. Because Mundo's gonna say if it wasn't for Patron, he would have beat Puma. And something fishy's gonna happen between Muertes and Drago. And the 4 of them guys are gonna have a fatal 4-way at Ultima Lucha.
It's a ballsy prediction.
I'm calling it right now.
I'm thinking Mundo versus Patron in a window smashing match.
We'll have to wait and see. Let's finish it out.
Special guest referee Marty Jannetty.
I want that to happen so bad.
We're going to finish things off, though, with NXT.
Yeah.
And NXT we're excited for because we know we're going to get Kevin Owens versus Samoa Joe.
But we open up with the touted 6-person tag team
3 against
match.
3.
We have Enzo, Cass, and Carmella taking on Blake, Murphy, and Alexa Bliss. This was pretty good. Like,
Wasn't bad.
You know, Carmella didn't get in a lot, so that
helped.
that benefited the match.
And when she did, you know, I mean,
She did some decent stuff.
She did shoulder blocks.
She did a weird little flash dance thing.
Baby Yakuza kick.
I was talking about her flash dance for like her maniac moment.
Yeah, she did that too.
I don't.
She did the Yakuza kick first though.
Yeah.
Like the tiny Yakuza kick, which it's like the smallest Yakuza kick you can do because Alexa Bliss is already small.
Yeah, Alexa Bliss isn't a very big woman. So.
And she had Alexa Bliss doubled over.
Yeah, so it was like.
So it's like a 2.5 foot Yakuza kick. It's like Yakuza kicking this guy over here.
Enzo and Cass end up picking up the win over Blake after Cass gets the hot tag, hits his
and
big
beats
splash.
up everybody.
Yeah, destroys everybody. Okay, first let's go back. There was at one point Blake puts Enzo in the corner violently, and either Enzo stretched farther than he normally does, or Alexa was in the wrong place because she gets whacked in the top of the head.
Yeah, well, she got elbowed in the dome.
Like
by Enzo.
Like she was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and she got an Amore elbow right into the top of the head, and she
got pissed off.
Enzo gets knocked down. She ends up like kicking Enzo.
Yeah, with a receipt.
But yeah, so Enzo and Cass end up picking the win. They hit the Amore missile on Blake, picking up the win. So I think we're looking at a potential
rematch
for tag titles coming up soon, and probably a grudge match between Alexa and Carmella.
Oh yeah, can't wait for that one.
Don't sound too excited. Then we had
not as excited as this guy. I'm not gonna do that again.
Naked Grandma.
There, thank you.
You're welcome. Hashtag Naked Grandma.
Hashtag complicated nachos.
Hashtag what? Then we had Samoa Joe doing a backstage interview with Devin. She asked him, we know that you're going to go against Kevin Owens tonight. Is he the reason you came to NXT?
And he's like, bitch, I'm Samoa Joe.
Do you know
where I please.
Do you know what I have done? He talks about how he tries to go to the
most... wrap your head around this woman. I've wrestled in a ring with more sides than 4. And then she just fainted out of sheer fear.
He pretty much, he goes, I go to places that are cutting edge where they've got the hungriest talent. I try and test myself. As far as Kevin Owens goes, he tries to intimidate me, but I'm Samoa Joe.
That explains why he's in NXT. Because of Bull Dempsey. He always goes where there's the hungriest talent. Sure.
He says, Kevin Owens tries to intimidate people, but fuck you, I'm Samoa Joe. And tonight I'm going to beat down Kevin Owens unmercifully. So good luck, Kevin.
He's going to show him no mercy.
Then we got a really cool retrospect on Finn Balor.
Yeah, a look back at who is Fergal Devitt.
Yeah, the who is Finn Balor. This is the part 1. We're getting part 2 next week. We're learning about the past of Finn Balor, talking about the rise of Fergal Devitt,
learning to wrestle,
training Becky Lynch.
Yeah,
opening
up like the first wrestling school in Ireland.
Yeah, and then we got to see him.
Oh dear Lord!
The last ride off the cliff. Jesus. God is my witness. They are broken in half. Anyway. It was cool to see. They got clips from ICW and Revolution Pro, which was really cool because we got to see him, against all these different indie wrestlers and just seeing him come up through the ranks and then
watching some of his stuff circa like 2002.
Yeah,
when he looked like when he was a teenager.
Yeah, he was like 18, 19 years old. That's he's just really skinny. And a lot more hair.
Yeah.
It was a really cool look into who Fergal Devitt was, and now we're gonna see the transition into Finn Balor.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the part 2 is gonna be about the transition to New Japan.
Yeah.
And all that cool stuff, where he really, really made his name and really became a big, popular icon.
$20 says they never mentioned the Bullet Club.
I'm almost tempted to take that bet.
Oh, We'll talk about that off camera. Then we had Charlotte taking on one of the new crop of divas coming through NXT, something known as Cassie. She's cute. She knows how to wrestle, which is good. Granted, she was going against Charlotte. She got a few little flurries, but mostly this was Charlotte dominating.
Yeah.
This is setting
so
up.
One thing we know is you never try to monkey flip Charlotte. It doesn't work.
You don't try to do anything against Charlotte.
Because that was the downfall, really. She went for that, and Charlotte stuffed it, and then she said, "Fuck you, figure four."
Yeah, she booted her, then she speared her, and then she put her in the figure four, and then turned into the figure eight, and then it hurt so much she was tapping out with both hands.
Yeah.
And this is all leading into Brooke is back. Dana Brooke
she's cutting a promo in the backstage,
saying that she's back from doing another fitness competition, and that she's gonna try and beat Charlotte.
And she does this thing.
Yeah, Devin hates that.
She looks so irritated.
One day, that's gonna be it. Devin's gonna snap.
That's gonna be her debut, and
Yeah.
she's gonna come out and fucking beat the crap out of Dana Brooke.
Yeah, we saw Devin in the ring at WrestleMania Access.
Yeah, she's not bad.
Yeah.
She's so small she doesn't make any noise when she gets the mat. It was
Yeah.
her and Alexa Bliss.
We weren't that far away from the ring, and we couldn't
They made
hear
no noise.
anything. And they were one of those unlucky people that had to wrestle at like 10 in the morning.
Yeah.
But then we had our main event, which was Samoa Joe taking on Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens trying to do his usual powder out right at the beginning, and Joe followed him.
Yeah.
Had a
Joe
stare
says,
down.
"You're gonna powder out? Well, I'm even powderier." He's like, "Bro,
Yeah.
you try to powder out, man? Pfft, all I eat is powdered donuts.
Then
I got a lifetime supply of baby powder."
then Kevin Owens was like, "All right, fine, we'll get back in the ring." And they had
And then
a
Joe
fight.
reverse powders.
Yeah, they both reverse powder.
Yeah.
They had a good fight. It was a lot of intensity between these two.
Yeah. It's definitely wasn't a balls to the wall match between the two of them.
No, but we're gonna get one.
Yeah, they're definitely saving the big guns for a later date.
Yeah, this was more so like testing each other out.
This was the appetizer.
Yeah, this was checking out the limits of each other. Like how does the person really work? Kevin Owens is still trying to use the intimidation factor.
But Joe's got him on the defense for most of the match.
Yeah. It's Samoa Joe. He's gone against fucking everybody.
And it puts Owens out of his comfort zone.
Yes,
to
absolutely.
be in the defensive.
Yeah, and this ends up spilling out onto the outside. They're beating the crap out of each other on the outside, and the referee's trying to get them back in the ring because he realizes this is a big deal match. This, obviously William Regal wouldn't have made, specifically come out and said that this match was going to happen if it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah.
And it does involve the champion. It does involve the brand new signee to NXT. So the ref actually gets out of the ring. He's counted up to 8. He gets out of the ring and tries to get them back into the ring, but he ends up getting clocked in the back of the head.
Yeah, he got sandwiched between two of the fattest guys in NXT.
Yeah, and so he ends up just throwing the match out, and it just becomes a brawl at this point.
They bring out all the referees.
A couple of the trainee guys.
A bunch of the trainee guys.
Yeah, there was...
Because, unfortunately, the 4 referees they had aren't going to be enough to hold either one of these guys
3
back.
of the referees probably weigh about as much as Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
4 referees, about 8 or 10 of the NXT trainees, all just trying to keep Joe and Owens apart.
They do the whole typical, mosh pit jump onto everybody.
A couple of times. Each of them get their own little okay, I'm going to break away from my...
Owens eventually decides that he's tired and leaves.
He doesn't want to deal with it
the
anymore.
champ is here.
Because it's...
Still seen a mockery.
Yeah, and that's a whole different beast for Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Have they ever faced each other on the Indies? Do you know of any? Shelton Benjamin reversed the super kick.
Huh.
Ain't no stopping me. No.
I have never seen them fight. Angle slam.
Angle slam!
Shelton Benjamin is the king of the table.
He is Mr. Money in the Bank. About goddamn time. Yeah, I've never seen in any match between the two of them, so this is something fairly new as far as TV audiences go.
Yeah.
So awesome! I'm looking forward to a sequel. I know the two of them are going to beat the crap out of each other. This might be our next NXT Takeover match, especially since we have the title match with him and Balor on July 4th.
I would be okay with that.
I would too. That's it for the midweek wrap up. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe. Be sure to check out the playlist. We got the Raw review and our Money in the Bank review as well. This week we're going to be having the SmackDown rundown and indie news as usual. For those of you that have been asking about the website, it's taking a little bit longer. I've had an extra long work week, so I haven't been able to work on it as much as I would like. But it is coming.
The computer's being kind of a bitch.
That it is too. We're gonna have an actual page for all the 1 year stuff, and we're gonna be posting all the newest content on the front page as well. So be sure to keep watching the videos for updates on that and other ways that you know about the website and other things. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, Reddit, his email if you want to, and you can ask us questions. You can tweet us. You can Facebook us. You can.
Whatever you want.
Whatever you want to do. Let's talk about some wrestling. Let's discuss it. Post down in the comments what you thought about the midweek wrap-up.
All those things he was talking about are below.
Yeah.
In link form. Not red form, but...
No. We don't have
It's
rets.
okay.
We don't have rets in our description.
No.
Thanks for watching the midweek wrap-up. We'll see you guys at SmackDown.
Bitch!
Shawn Michaels wins. Shawn!
Check out that muscle poke.